Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Rewind. I'm your host, Connor McDonald, and today I'll be reviewing the albums New Blue Sun by Andre 3000, Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder, and Hissing Fauna, Are You the Destroyer by Of Montreal. We'll kick things off with Andre 3000's debut album, released 17 years after Outkast's last album on November 17th. Outkast was one of the biggest rap duos of the 90s and 2000s, and paired Andre with Big Boi, another Atlanta-based rapper who released multiple albums to massive success. Outkast's biggest hit was the song Hey Ya, which appeared on Andre's side of the double album Speakerboxx / The Love Below and was the #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100. After Outkast split, Andre stuck to guest appearances on songs, netting him a Grammy in 2020 before releasing New Blue Sun, which I gave an 8 out of 10. This album has no lyrics and features Andre's talent as a flutist, where he weaves diverse soundscapes that stretches out this album's 8 songs to a meandering 87 minutes. Many of the songs in this album evoke Brian Eno's atmospheric style, with a wide array of exotic instruments credited, including mycelial electronics, plants, wind controllers, panther toning, and sentiers. I recommend this album to any fans of jazz, atmospheric music, or anyone curious about what Andre 3000 is doing right now. Next up is one of the most universally praised albums of all time, Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder, which I gave a 10 out of 10. Released in 1976, this album was the 18th release by Stevie Wonder, which is insane considering he was only 26 years old at the time. Equally absurd was the fact that this album was the 3rd straight Record of the Year Grammy win for Wonder, a feat unequaled by any other artist. Songs in the Key of Life is also a very long album, technically consisting of 2 EPs and an LP, to give it 21 songs and a runtime of 106 minutes. The album was revolutionary at its time for the use of synthesizers, whose composition was credited to Stevie Wonder alone. In fact, many of the instruments on this album were played by Wonder, whose exacting standards delayed the release for a year with his re-recording and production work. This album had 2 #1 singles, I Wish and Sir Duke, a tribute to the recently deceased Duke Ellington that spent 13 weeks at #1. My favorite songs from this album include the aforementioned Sir Duke, the Coolio-sampled Pastime Paradise, the social commentary-heavy Village Ghetto Land, and the song Black Man. Pastime Paradise lent its opening hook to Gangster's Paradise as well as Amish Paradise, but the song itself was groundbreaking for its use of both a full synth string section and a choir of Hare Krishna devotees. The song Village Ghetto Land has a richly Baroque backing, which serves as a perfect contrast to its heartbreaking lyrics of poverty and grief. And Black Man is a partly educational song about the diverse heroes of America, including Crispus Attucks, Cesar Chavez, Abraham Lincoln, and Benjamin Banneker. I recommend this album to any fans of pop, R&B, or jazz. Finally, we have the album Hissing Fauna, Are You the Destroyer by the Athens, Georgia-based collective Of Montreal, led by Kevin Barnes, which I gave an 8 out of 10. This is the 8th album by Of Montreal and was recorded in Norway, where Barnes was living with their wife. The darkness of Norway's winters influenced the dark and turbulent lyrics of this album, which are juxtaposed with the extravagant and eclectic stylings that permeate the record. Nowhere is this more apparent than in my favorite songs from this album, Heimdallsgate Like a Promethean Curse, which describes the seasonal affective disorder experienced by Barnes with an extremely upbeat and peppy beat. My other favorite from this album is A Sentence of Sword in Konsvinger, which has a similar framing with a more discotheque rhythm. I recommend this album to any fans of pop, rock, or EDM. I also gave that album an 8 out of 10. That's it for this week. See you next time, and thank you for watching The Rewind.